Days before the biggest tournament on earth kicks off, thousands of Iranian fans just had their World Cup tickets ripped away. No warning. No appeal. Just gone. Welcome back to SoccerVault. I'm your host, and today we are diving into one of the most stunning administrative decisions in World Cup history. Here is what happened. FIFA has revoked the World Cup 2026 tickets belonging to thousands of Iranian supporters. We are talking days before the tournament begins. Not weeks. Days. These fans had purchased legitimate tickets. They went through the official FIFA ticketing portal. They paid real money. They booked flights. They booked hotels. And now FIFA has pulled the rug out from under them completely. So why did this happen? Reports indicate the revocations are tied to security concerns and geopolitical pressures surrounding Iran's participation in the tournament. The United States, one of the three host nations for 2026, has extremely complicated diplomatic relations with Iran. There are no formal diplomatic ties between the two countries. That tension has apparently spilled directly into the ticketing process. Some reports also suggest certain ticket purchases were flagged for potential ties to individuals or organizations on international sanctions lists. FIFA has not released a full detailed statement explaining every case, which is making this situation even more chaotic. Here is why you should care even if you are not an Iranian fan. This sets a precedent. If FIFA can revoke tickets from one nation's supporters based on political pressure this close to a tournament, what stops them from doing it to others down the road? This is bigger than soccer. This is about who controls access to the world's biggest sporting event. Let's break this down properly because there are multiple layers here. First, the numbers. Stat number 1, estimates suggest anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 Iranian fans have been affected by these revocations. That is a significant chunk of supporters who planned international travel around these tickets. Stat number 2, Iran qualified for the 2026 World Cup and is placed in a group that includes matches scheduled on US soil. The logistical reality is that Iranian passport holders already face enormous visa hurdles entering the United States. The US State Department and Iranian diplomatic relations have been frozen since 1980. That means every single Iranian fan needed a special visa waiver or third country documentation just to attend. FIFA knew this going in. Stat number 3, FIFA reportedly generated over $3.5 billion in revenue from the 2022 Qatar World Cup. World Cup 2026, spanning 3 countries, is projected to shatter that figure. The commercial stakes are astronomical, which makes it even more striking that FIFA would create this controversy days before the opening whistle. Now let's look at 2 opposing viewpoints. On one side, you have those who say FIFA had no choice. Security agencies in the United States flagged certain purchases. FIFA operates within the legal frameworks of its host nations. If American authorities raised red flags, FIFA had a legal and possibly contractual obligation to act. Protecting the safety of 48 nations worth of fans and players at venues across the US, Canada, and Mexico is not something you gamble with. From this perspective, FIFA made a difficult but defensible call. On the other side, and this is the argument that is gaining serious traction, FIFA failed Iranian fans at a systemic level. If the geopolitical situation between Iran and the US was always this complicated, FIFA should never have awarded matches involving Iran to US venues in the first place. Or at minimum, FIFA should have flagged visa and ticketing complications months ago rather than letting thousands of families spend their savings on travel plans that were always going to face massive obstacles. Revoking tickets days before the tournament is not crisis management. It is crisis creation. It looks reactive, it looks disorganized, and it looks deeply unfair to ordinary football fans who did nothing wrong. My red. Both things can be true. There may be legitimate security concerns in specific cases. But the blanket scale of these revocations and the timing suggest institutional failure more than careful security work. So what happens next? Let me give you my clear take. First, FIFA is going to face enormous legal pressure. Expect class action style complaints filed in multiple jurisdictions within days. Some of these fans will have ironclad cases. They purchased legitimate tickets, followed every rule, and were cut off through no fault of their own. FIFA will likely be forced to issue refunds plus compensation in certain cases. That is coming. Subscribe to SoccerVault for daily World Cup 2026 coverage. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.